grandfather's truck new. So grandfather bought it new in 1942, and then Richard learned how to drive on it. So did his two sisters. It was actually out on their ranch on FM 620, so in Austin all the time, and he was really looking forward to having it restored. Unfortunately, he passed away last November, so he didn't quite see it finished, but he definitely saw it about 95% finished. So he was very proud of it, very excited to get it, and so I brought him with me today.
The 1942 Chevrolet pickup truck was owned by Richard Scott, and it was a truck that was family owned from original off of the dealer floor, and there was, I think, 2 or 3 generations of people who learned how to drive in that pickup truck. And when it came to Murpho's, it came from the son who originally was going to come and have it restored and work on it and do it for the dad. And I think along the way somehow it was the case that Jeremy, the son, let the cat out of the bag, or somehow the family found out. So next thing you knew, Richard was here like all the time. He was so excited about this truck being restored, and it was ground up. You know, it's a frame off. It's literally every panel on the truck had to be restored. It was kind of like a rusty bucket off the ocean floor with holes in the bottom of it, and we were tasked with putting it all back, and they wanted every part to be original that we possibly could. So it was a lot of metal work, a lot of rust repair, a lot of straightening and hammering, banging, you know, planishing to get this thing straight again. And then it came down to what they were going to do underneath. They wanted the original look, of course, because it was restoration, but we ended up putting in a modern driveline. It was a 8-speed automatic with an LS3 and a full Curry set up on the frame. We did the rear section with the 4-link and the Curry 9-inch, and Art Morrison front suspension, Mustang 2 front disc brakes, and rack and pinion steering, power rack and pinion, air conditioning. So we really tried to cram about every modern component into this truck that we possibly could. And then from there we wanted it to be as original in appearance, but we kind of really went for a more upgraded paint scheme with the really nice 4-screen metallic paint that's on the truck, the PPG product that we used. The frame and the wheels are a cream to kind of offset that color. The interior is a cream to offset that color, and the fit and finish is something we put a lot of time into. We worked really meticulously on straightening the grille, the original grille. We sent out to be re-chromed, original bumpers to be re-chromed, and tried to just revitalize and use every component that we could possibly use to keep it intact and keep it as original as possible. The fact that it was a 42 is unique, you know, because most of car production was ceased at the end of 41 because of the war, and the auto manufacturers were pushed to do war production, go into tanks and Jeeps and what have you, as opposed to cars or trucks. So the fact that we have something that's actual 1942 means it was either military or forestry service or something government related, and that makes it very rare. I haven't been experienced with something 42 before. The shop certainly hasn't, therefore, and I don't really know that I know of any other vehicle that's of this caliber that's been hot rodded that is a 42 to speak of at all. So very rare truck. Unfortunately, the customer, Richard, passed during the process. He had been suffering from some illness, and he ultimately succumbed to that during the process. So it was kind of bittersweet, but in the end, his wife Tammy ended up taking the truck in his honor, and we had a very nice day delivering it. There was a kind of effigy, if you will, with a photo of him, or a portrait of him, that we used with some of the shots we took with the family, and then they basically took him for a ride with that photo in the truck on the way back to their business, where they put the truck on display for a little bit. And in the end, it just was a really fulfilling thing for the shop. Anytime that you have something that has that type of family history, that type of a background, it's something that's very special to us. Everybody was really attached to it. When something of that nature, we finish a truck like that, it goes out, it's kind of like sending a kid off to kindergarten or off to school for the first time. It's one of those things where you just like really hope that they have a good day, or that it makes it, if you will. But it was really rewarding. We are very proud of the truck. We think that it turned out really nice, and I think it's been really well received. So it was just really great thing to get that truck done and send it out.